We are arriving at Middleton Place in South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina.
No, we're doing the 11 o'clock house tour. 11 o'clock house tour. They give us time to do livestock at 11:45.
This tree.
Okay, I would just follow your map and go into some of the secret gardens.
The reflection pool. That is massive.
Look at this.
Yeah, I know. Wow. You'll see evidence of the work of generations of Africans and African Americans who built the gardens. Oh, look, there are geese or something in there. Wow, that tree. Wow. I know, check that out. House built in 1705 and passed through 3 generations of ownership of Henry Middleton, acquired it by marriage to Mary Williams. The house was fortuitously aligned with the natural sketchy of the Ashley River, so that Henry could use that alignment as the main access for the garden plan. I know. Can you imagine back in the 1700s strolling here?
Yeah.
2 is this way, and this is the Camellia Alleys garden. I know. Three is the secret gardens, a quiet garden. Spaces offer intimate retreat. I think there's a sculpture out here. Oh, there we go. There's a sculpture. I don't know what season it is.
Look and see what
Secret. So the other 2 must be over here.
Like an arbor.
I know, it's fabulous.
An actual arbor right here. I'm guessing there's 2 more seasons over here.
But this is a secret garden. You could really hide out here. This is so fun. There's an arrow. Like I want to walk down there and see what's down there.
How dark, yeah.
I know.
That's the
I just have to know what's down this one. There's a path that way.
It's illusion.
Yeah. There's a path that way to a bench.
Oh, the size of that tree.
And this way. We missed the arrow thing. Wow.
Look how huge that tree is.
Wow. Look at this one all in bloom. Look how huge. Wow. This one's in bloom. I can smell them. They're so sweet. since we cut through, I'm assuming that this is 4, which is the inner gardens found deep and within the formal garden.
That's a river over there, isn't it?
Almost mirror images of each other. The gardens are. Yeah, that's the river. Oh, she's walking that way. Inside the hedges are some flowers blooming. Beautiful.
Like marigolds.
The sundial. And it's pointing to whatever that is. I'm not tall enough.
It's pointing to 11.
11 o'clock. And that's
So,
about right.
About 11 o'clock.
That's
yeah.
cool.
This side of it.
This is huge. Wow.
Middleton oak.
Wow.
900 and 1,000 years old estimation.
900 to 1,000 years old. Wow.
This is the reigning elder of all the many ribos to be found in Middleton Clay.
It's got
Indian trail marker.
huge branches that were cut off. Wow. With the river. You can pause the video and read. Go ahead, hug it, hug it, hug it.
It is ginormous.
That one's being supported and that one's being supported. Huge.
Absolutely huge. Gargantuan is a word.
Sundial garden, that's what we just walked through. And it is right here. It's right there on the map. And I guess number 30 maybe is the oak. Yep, 30 is the oak tree.
It is just.
So I think we missed some of it walking through, but the rice fields are over there and they get flooded. But we know rice does well when it gets flooded. I'm figuring it out. We're supposed to start here and go on the large, thick line, and then we go on the thin line around it. So we've almost skipped a part. So we need to get back on the trail. How huge that one is. So many large trees. I don't think we're going the path that they suggest to take. This is just amazing. Indescribable. I know. Jeez. We were supposed to come through this way. There's a tombstone or something over here. I don't know what that is. Can't see it with all the shade, but it says Arthur Middleton, signer of the Declaration of Independence, and the dates. His mother, Mary Williams Middleton, his father, Henry Middleton, and it has dates. Second president of the First Continental Congress, buried at St. James Goose Creek. Arthur's son, Henry Middleton, 1770 to 1846, governor of South Carolina, minister to Russia. His son, William Middleton, 1809 to 1883, signer of the Ordinance of Succession. His wife, Susan Pringle Smith Middleton, their daughter, Elizabeth Middleton Hayward, and Henry Bentivoglio Middleton, and other Middleton adult children and infants. This continues with more, and I'm not going to read them all.
These two are still alive.
And these two are still alive. Cool.
Charles and Sally. 38 and 40.
Be like a mausoleum, and maybe the graves are inside there. On the map, the Bosquet and Tomb. Number 6 on the map, and we're headed to 13 and 12 for now, where we're going to have our tour at 11:30. Another huge tree. This is amazing. Wow. So I don't know what all these places are, but I guess we'll find out with the house tour. I think we go to the house tour there. 13 is the ruins of the main house and north flanker, and 14 is the plantation stable yard. I love being under these. The house ruins. There's steps up to the house ruins, and there's people touring over there. I think we might get that tour.
I think we might have to go in that gate.
As house tours begin at a sun porch entrance, and there's a restroom sign here, so we're gonna go in this way. That's huge. I think the sun porch is over here. Look at that. Our view as we sit on benches waiting for the house tour. 8 is René Desfleurs. In 1786, a French botanist gave the Middletons their first 4 Camellia japonicus. And 9 is the parterre and terraces. The main axis of the Middleton place runs from the front gate across the greensward through the main house ruins and across the middle of the parterre and down the center of rolling terraces and butterfly lakes to disappear in the distance, in the distant curve of the Ashley River. I'm showing you these because I think that's what we're looking at. And number 10 is the green walks flanking the parterre on the north and south. Here in front of number 12, you see the little circular, half circular thing. I think that's that right there. And then in the distance is 8, 9, and 10. So this is like the axis. And then, it's talking about the terracing and the butterfly lakes.
Yeah, we have to go.
Familiarize myself. So we looked across this field, greensward field. We saw buildings 14, 15, 16 through 18, 19. So we're at 12, originally built as the south flanker to the main house in 1755. And we're going to view that house. And then the ruins, we saw that. But then down the side we have the plantation stables, the carriage house, the textile shop, carpentry and coopering, pottery, blacksmith shop, and crop garden, animal paddocks, and fowl house. So there's 20, and then 21 is over here, and that's Eliza's house. Eliza's house. 22 is the sugarcane mill, animal paddocks. 24, burial ground for enslaved people. 25 and 26 are Mill Pond Bridge, Azalea, Hillside, and the mill. Demonstration rice field and a lower walk. So that's 22, 23, 24, 25. There's the mill pond. We love the gardens. We're not allowed to do photographs in this house, but the ruined house down there that we looked at was the first 3-story house. There was, I forgot what they call it now, another house, a plankered?
Yeah, flanker.
on the other side that is gone as well. And this is a flanker house. During the Civil War, only a shell of these buildings remained after damage. People did that during the war, and they rebuilt this one, and then the Middleton family came and lived here. So they described that we weren't allowed to take photographs or anything inside. So I'm going to go this way. We're mostly enjoying the gardens, and I'm not sure I want to go through all of this. This is a restaurant, but the stables and all of the quarters that I read on the map are here.
There's a sheep.
No, there's sheep. Just walking around.
Doing sheep stuff.
Sheep doing sheep stuff. So I think I want to skip and hit more of the gardens because we are running out of vacation time. So we're going to pick it up here. It says Plantation Chapel. But the tree. Steps we think go up to the terrace, but we're going to walk around and look at the terrace from the bottom over here.
This is huge.
Just, yeah, you can't get the feeling of how huge these are.
You get a sense of them from over here, I bet, because you can see across.
We let some people pass us. Let's see if this guy flies away when they walk by. Are you gonna let me walk by you and film you? Hello, beautiful bird. Gorgeous. I'm making him nervous. I'm talking to him. He says, I'm gonna saunter over here away from you and wait for my fishing. Wow. Wow, look at him. We got a pond on either side. That's on the map I showed you. It's beautiful. Could be the mill. It's right on the water there too.
Yeah, I know it's the mill.
Yeah, would be the mill, because there's the river, and this is gorgeous. Look at that. This is the terrace, and from photos that they have that are probably taken from above, it looks much different. Even this hot summer day, there's breezes. And I can just imagine them back here, back in the day. Look at that. So the early Middletons did not have these gardens here. It was much different. It was a much later generation. I learned that inside that had these gardens built. And the rice is over there. They started out with 19 plantations and then ended up with this one. Of course, they were Confederates, so they were rich until after the Civil War, and then their money was worthless. I love this walk. I'm so happy to be doing this. Yeah, my eyes can't soak all this in enough.
And the trees
Yeah, it's speechless on trying to describe these trees. See, this is like a magnolia, and that's something else, but the moss is on both of them. I need to ask about the moss that's hanging down because it kind of makes it all beautiful. How can there be so much beauty in one place? Look at the reflection of the clouds on the water. There's the huge tree he hugged earlier.
It's like 900 years
But we
old.
got to go up these
900
steps back to the sundial and the big tree. We're imagining the slaves over in the rice fields. You can almost see them out there working, and how hot it would have been out in the middle of the sun. Headed this way again. Got a statue. Oh, this seems to be a dead end.
Yeah. I don't think these two.
But they're having a whole lot of happy down here.
Yeah.
Two is this way. There's a statue down there. We're a little confused and tired of walking. We think 32 is in here, these gardens. I'm gonna go this way. Let's pick a direction. Oh, beautiful, look.
Yes.
Just meander around. Now that's picturesque.
That's the reflection pool.
Yeah, the reflection pool's behind the...
Call it that.
Where we came in. I think we're gonna walk down this way next to the reflection pool. It's not moss.
You know what it's called?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, where are you from?
Missouri.
Okay, so you don't have any of this stuff on that kind of.
Exactly.
All right, so it is called Spanish moss, but it's not from Spain and it's not a moss. What it
Okay.
actually is an epiphyte. It's a living plant, and believe it or not, it's part of the pineapple family.
Pineapple family.
Bromeliads, yes.
Oh, wow.
And epiphyte means that it's an air plant. The reason it grows so well here because we have lots of humidity. So it literally sucks the nutrients out of the atmosphere,
Uh-huh.
and that's why. Look at these trees behind you. Look at it. It's
I
all over the
know.
place. It grows and grows and grows.
But it makes everything beautiful.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt the tree in any way. If it was a parasite, then it would be sucking nutrients out
Okay.
of the tree, but it's not. It's an epiphyte. The only way it can hurt the tree is, let's say that clump of moss hanging on that branch weighs about 100 pounds now. When it rains, it can absorb 7 to 10 times its weight in water.
You can bring
So
the branch down.
it could make that 100 pounds of moss become 700 or 800 pounds, and it could break off the branch.
Gotcha.
But other than that, the moss makes the trees look pretty, and the trees, would benefit from. It kind of
That-
reminds you of the old days when we put tinsel on Christmas trees.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were noticing because it was on the magnolias and the oaks, and it was on everything.
Because what happens in the fall is at the end of the strands, little pods form. And the pods open up, and a little piece of moss goes flying with the wind, and it has
Oh.
sticky residue on it, and it sticks itself to the first thing it hits.
Oh,
so
wow.
on these big tall trees, it usually falls down to the lower branches. So you see the lower branches have more and more moss
Right.
than on the upper branches. But that's how it gets on the other plants. It'll
Wow.
spread to the magnolias, it'll spread to the azaleas, it'll spread to the crepe myrtles.
Oh,
it'll
so
get on-
you take it off some of the plants.
Well, we kind of leave it there unless it starts to obstruct the view of the flowers when the flowers bloom. But it generally kind of sticks to the trees and not so much on the. It does like the crepe myrtles. Doesn't get too much on the azaleas or the camellias. But in one part of the gardens here, we literally have camellia trees, so it does get some moss over there.
Yeah.
Most people have camellia bushes at their houses. We have camellia trees. One on the property is 238
We
years
saw
old.
that. That's
Horrendous.
crazy.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it only blooms in February.
Oh,
But if you ever come back here, the best time to visit is between the middle of March and the middle of April.
good to know.
Because 140,000 azalea bushes are blooming, almost 10,000 camellia bushes, dogwoods, wisteria.
Yeah.
This place lights up like a rainbow.
Yeah, definitely. I
It's,
would love
It's
that.
really, really special.
I would love that.
Between the middle of March and the middle of April. The only thing that can change that is if we have a colder winter, then the azaleas might bloom a little later. If we have a warmer winter, the azaleas might bloom a little bit earlier. But generally in that 4-week period, you're going to catch the peak.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Winter temperatures.
That's a little sheep. Hanging out for the afternoon.
This is why you have to keep the gates closed.
Yeah. Oh, look at him over here.